Okay, so today we're working on another coding challenge called Simple Consecutive Pairs. So in this challenge, you'll need to return the count of pairs that have consecutive numbers from an array. So the example they give right here, this is the array that would be passed into the function right here. And what we'll want to do is check each one of these pairs. So the first pair will be 1 and 2, and that is consecutive. And then we would check 5 and 8. It's not. -4 and -3 is. 7 and 6 is also consecutive. And then 5 doesn't have a match, so we're going to ignore that one at the end. So for this example that they give right here, we would have 3 pairs would be the count that we want to return, okay? So we're going to come over here, and the first thing we'll want to do is initialize a variable to 0 that's going to be our counter, and then as we loop through the array and check the pairs, we'll increment the counters when we find a match for the criteria. So we're going to set up our for loop here. We're going to start I at 0, I less than array dot length, and then over here we're going to do I plus equals 2 instead of our normal I plus plus, because we are checking these in pairs, so we'll want to increment I from 0 to 2 to 4 so we can check each of the pairs through the array. So inside here, what we're going to want to look at is the array at the index of I and the array at the index of I plus 1. So those are the two values we'll need to grab. And what I'm going to do to check if they're consecutive is check if their value is equal to 1 when we subtract them, and in order to make sure that that's going to be 1, we're going to check the absolute value so that we don't get a negative in there. So math.abs, absolute value of array at I minus array I plus 1, we're going to check if that is equal to 1. So we'll put that inside of an if block here, and if that is the case, then we want to increment our count to tell to indicate that we found a consecutive pair. All right, so we want to come outside of the for loop here and return our count variable, and let's see if that works. Yep, and that passes all of the tests, so that's how we would solve this problem.